Bonjour, mon petit chifla, Amber here, and it is monthly favorites time. We are now in the beginning of July, so I need to tell you what I need to. I figured I want to tell you guys, share with you my favorites from last month. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry. I had a lot of coffee. And I don't know. Okay, first is a deodorant. And as you know, hopefully if you've been watching these videos, I've been using the Men's Degree aerosol deodorant. Recently picked up the solid stick of the Men's Degree Extreme. Just for those days where I don't feel like using the spray, I don't feel like choking on the spray, or after I've freshly shaven, the spray sometimes stings my underarms, and I'm like, that's not. So I got this and it smells amazing. Oh, it smells like a beautiful man. The next three are all by the same brand. They are all Colourpop products. I'm obsessed. The first of which was actually free. I got it for free during the birthday promotion. The Birthday Boy Eyeshadow. Look at this. Hold on. Let's just look at this, please. Can we look at this? This is maybe the most beautiful eyeshadow I've ever seen put on my face. And I've only put on my face a very few times because this is limited edition and I'm afraid to use it all up. But I will swatch it for you guys. It's it's so soft and creamy. It's so soft. It's like velvety. But it's like as you can see, a very pretty like champagne-y, bronzy color with purple shimmer in it. Look at that though, like Colourpop. I need you. I don't know if you can see that. I need you to do. I'm holding my hand like a velociraptor. Oh my god, why am I like this? I need you to do me a solid and make this permanent. The next are two of the new-ish Matte X lippy sticks. I have 7. But these two are my favorites that I've been wearing mainly. And the first one is Cami, which is a really pretty, really simple mauvey nudie pink. And I'll swatch it here under. I just did another swatch video. These are the metal lipsticks. That's what I'm wearing. Anyway, put it here. And first of all, the formulation for these is so amazing. It's so rich and creamy, but I babbled on in a video specifically about these and the metal lippies, so I'll leave that. I don't know which one's going up first, but you'll see it eventually. I also wrote a blog post about these and I'll leave the link down there. Anyway, this is a nice like everyday simple color, especially for the summer when you don't want to do too much with your lipstick. And the next one is Pillow Talk, but I didn't just buy it just because of the title. I bought it because look at that. It's a really nice like grayish, grungy grayish, gray beige, and I'm so about this. In this one, I think the formula is all the same in all of them, but this one just feels so much better on. It's so much creamier and just climb on board. Next, I have a piece of clothing that I'm wearing, and it's this flannel. Bought it to paint it, and that's what I'm about to do possibly today. I don't know. Speaking of which, if you like customized flannels, you should totally head over to my Etsy store, the Rectangle Gang Inc. I'll leave the link down there. I'm selling flannels because I'm trying to go to London in December, so I'm just saying. I love it. It's comfy. I like just wearing it all the time, even though it's summer, and sleeping in it because it's comfortable and warm. And also, can we get in the trash can for a second? I specifically picked this one at the thrift store because that's how you flannel. Because it's almost identical to the one Ratty has been wearing, except this one's not like $700, because who pays $700 for a flannel? What are you even doing with your life? It's beyond the point. So I will keep you updated on this painted flannel. I'll post pictures of it soon. There might be another DIY video, who knows. moving on into everything else. First is like a random thing, sort of. I've been really into poetry lately, which isn't weird if you like really know me, because when I was younger I was really into poetry, reading poetry, writing poetry, and I don't know why, like when I was 6 years old I was published. By the time I was in 1st grade, by the time I was in 3rd grade, I was a 2-time published poet, but you know, whatever. So I don't know what got me back into it. I think because of the novel I'm writing, not the one I started writing, it's another one, it's a long story. The main character is really into poetry, and I just got really hooked up into hooked, what? Started reading a lot of like Pablo Neruda, and just like, I'm into it. And oh my god, I'm not on drugs. First of all, this should be a favorite alone. This book is so pretty. I've had this since Christmas. My grandma bought me like 6 journals because I have an addiction. Journals and mugs. I have another one that's more like constellations and whatnot, but I have been using this to write poems again. I only have a few. What's this? Oh, this one's my favorite. Poetry. Next is food. I don't have it with me because I don't have a new thing of it. Morning Glory breakfast sandwiches. As you may or may not know, I'm a vegetarian. I'm not going to be one of those annoying vegetarians that, or slash vegans that have to tell you every single time they talk about anything. But since I was going to say it's still new. No, it's not. I've been a vegetarian for like 6 months now. Breakfast sandwiches. They're like black bean and corn and potato, and they're in like, it's like some sort of peppers and cheese, and they're so good. Like, they're like the greatest things that have happened to me in 6 months. And I mean, even if I wasn't vegetarian, I probably really like them because they're just really full of flavor. And those and Special K, those are like, it's egg white, I think, and peppers and cheese. Blessed. I mean, anyone that knows me knows like breakfast is my favorite food, so the 6 months has been a hard transition from breakfast sausage and bacon all the time to not that. So I'm glad I found something that can make breakfast for dinner a lot easier. YouTube. I have two YouTube videos. I'll talk about the first one first because I wasn't going to include it because last month I talked about something around the same topic. But, you know, we already went in the trash can. Why not stay there? Last month I talked about I think it's called, I cannot remember the name of this video, random montage of 1965 or whatever. This month I'm including their Facebook Q&A video. I'll leave the link down there. It's just, I think it's about 3 minutes also, 3 or 4 minutes, and they're just answering random questions. And I don't know why, I think it's the funniest thing ever. It's just hilarious. Maddie's obnoxious, Ross is adorable, Han is adorable. I miss George. The next YouTube video, well, it's also, I guess, TV, it could be classified as TV too, because I first saw it on TV, but it's now on YouTube, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me, like ever. So I'm a very big fan of James Corden. He follows me on Twitter, and I like to tell everybody that because it just makes me really happy, and I like to tell people that we're best friends. And I love The Late Late Show. So carpool karaoke is like one of my favorite things ever. Like the One Direction one was amazing. The Adele one was amazing. But both of those have been topped because James Kimberly Corden did a Broadway Tony's carpool karaoke. And like that alone should be like enough for me, but it gets better. Because in that little car were my musical king and queen together, singing together and just being friends with my other best friend James Corden. Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm gonna keep saying his name in different ways. and Audra McDonald were in a car together, singing show tunes with James Corden and just being so adorable and lovely. And like, are we being serious? Is this real life? Because Hamilton, first of all, is everything to me. Speaking of which, today is July 4th, if you couldn't gather that yet by my eye makeup. Happy 4th of July. But being that it's July 4th, Leslie Odom Jr. is in Philly. He's from Philly, but like, he's in Philly. And I'm not handling that well because I'm not in the city right now. I've been obsessed with Lynn since In the Heights. Let's start there. Man's a genius, an adorable cinnamon roll of a genius, and I wanted to be Audra McDonald, or she could be my mom, since I was like 7 or 8 when she was in Annie. And Annie is what started my love for musical theater and my desire to be on Broadway, by the way, because for most of my childhood I wanted to play an orphan in Annie. I never wanted to be Annie. I wanted to be one of the orphans. Anyway, in the Disney TV movie version of Annie, Audra McDonald is in it. And I was like, as a kid, you are my queen. So she is my queen. And then it gets better. Because of course, you know, James picks up Lynn first and they sing Hamilton, and James rapping to Guns and Ships, oh my god, is the greatest thing. Lafayette! And they sing Rent, and I'm like, yes, oh my god, Rent! Oh. But then they close it with One Day More from Les Mis, which is like my favorite musical of all time ever. I'm fine. I'm doing really well. Lynn is, Jean Valjean, One Day More. And I'm like, yes, Lynn, do it. And, you know, everybody, in the end, I sound drunk. I'm not, I promise. Everyone's doing their thing. And I'm like, okay, they gotta do it. They gotta end this right. And then at first I didn't think, I was like, okay, Audra's gotta hit the note. She's gotta do the note. No one else can hit the note. And she hit that note. And I literally screamed like I had gotten stabbed. Just thinking about it makes me start sweating and shaking and like on the brink of tears. I'll put the link down there. You have to watch it. Even if you don't like Broadway, you're wrong and I hate you, but watch it. Speaking of which, oh my god. Okay, so I was like on OkCupid, you know, as you do. And some guy, like, everything was going great. He's like, oh my god, you're a freaking goddess. I'm like, I know. Because, like, I put as a joke in my bio because I'm that person. Honestly, just looking for somebody to buy me Hamilton tickets, LOL. I just, like, never changed it because I'm lazy. And the guy goes, I don't know what Hamilton is. Just stop talking right there. Exit stage left. We're done here. Needless to say, I haven't talked to him since. TV and movies. First of all, in June, I finally finished Gossip Girl. That show has consumed my life for a very long time, and I'm at the place where I don't really know what to watch on Netflix right now. So leave me suggestions of what I should watch. But Gossip Girl, I don't know why I didn't watch it when it was on, but it's great. Even though I will say that the last season, which was only like 10 episodes, seemed very, very rushed, and just like they were just throwing things together to finish it. So I was just kind of like, okay. But overall, I love the show, and I'm probably going to watch it again if I'm being honest. Next is a movie that I watched on Netflix. It's called A Girl Like Her, and it's kind of like the new version of Cyberbully, which is also an amazing movie, starring Emily Osment, if you haven't watched it. But A Girl Like Her is about, obviously, a girl who is being severely bullied by her, like, ex-best friend, and she tries to kill herself. That's where I'm not spoiling anything because that's where the movie starts. What it actually is, it's kind of like the opposite perspective of cyberbully, whereas that's like Emily's the girl that's being bullied, and stories around her. The story's mainly around the bully, so it's like kind of getting in the mindset of a bully, and it's shot like documentary style, and I think it's really cool, and it's really sad, and I cried a lot, but it's an important movie also, I think, so definitely go watch that. Next I am back to Broadway because, like I said, the carpool karaoke was in preparation for the Tonys, which James Corden hosted, so that also brings me to the Tony Awards. Specifically, Lynn's acceptance speech at the Tony Awards was so amazing. He is brilliant and just such an amazing person, and I just want to be best friends with him. I just want to be like, dude, not even best friends, I just want him to acknowledge my existence and be like, hey, and I'm like, hey, and be like, yeah, we're best friends. But it started off as a sonnet dedicated to his wife, just led to this message of love is love is love is love. And there were a lot of tears shed, like hysterical crying, and there's video footage of that, which I will possibly insert.
My wife's the reason anything gets done. She nudges me towards promise by degrees. When senseless acts of tragedy remind us that nothing here is promised. Not one day. The show is proof that history remembers. We live through times when hate and fear seem stronger. We rise and fall and light from dying embers, remembrances that hope and love last longer. And love is 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 love. Cannot be killed or swept aside. I sing Vanessa's symphony. Eliza tells her story. Now fill the world with music, love, and pride. Thank you so much for this.
Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm like hysterically crying right now. Thank you. Right. The next is another movie, and this movie came out ages ago. It's Nanny McPhee, and a little backstory about this. When the movie first came out, I remember when it first came out, I wasn't having it. I was like, no, because I am a very big fan of Mary Poppins. My mom is a very big fan of Mary Poppins and anything involving Julie Andrews, as am I. She is my English grandmother. So I was like, this is going to be too much. I'm not here for it. I don't care that Thomas Brody Sangster's in this. I knew who he was at the time, but I was just kind of like, I don't really care that much. No, I don't want this weird version of Mary Poppins. But I finally caved and I watched it, and it's so cute. It's so cute and funny, and it's different enough to stand on its own. And I just really like the story. I think Thomas Brody Sangster is like the cutest little thing. I've expressed that many times in this channel. Colin Firth is one of my favorite actors also. I love him. And yeah, I regret all the time I spent bashing this movie and refusing to give it a chance. I have a book. And I mentioned last month this book would be in this favorites, and I finally finished it. And I'm working on breaking my reading slump, and it's Fig, like I said, by Sarah Elizabeth Shantz. I'm about to film a review of this book, first book of the month in months. Briefly, this book is about Fig. It spans her life from like the age of 6 through 18, 19. It's her growing up with a mother who has schizophrenia and dealing with that and her own mental health. It was really interesting. It's a YA book, but I think it definitely can bridge the gap between like the different age groups. If you want to hear more more detailed thoughts on the book, make sure you are subscribed so you will see when I post my books of the month, because this will be in it. So lastly, I have a handful of music to talk about. The first is a song that I've been meaning to put in for the longest time, and it's actually quite a shocker. It's actually One Dance by Drake. I am not like the most hardcore Drake fan. I'm a huge Aubrey Graham fan. Like, I was in love with Wheelchair Jimmy, but I'm obsessed with One Dance. Yes, it's gonna be like my jam of the summer. What up, Drake? The next song is a cover, actually, and it's Betty Who's cover of I Love You Always Forever. And growing up, that was always one of my favorite songs, and I love Betty Who. It brings back memories of being in like Marshalls when I was a kid, and that song would just come on the radio, and I was like, yes, I love you always forever, near and far, we'll stick together, say you'll love me forever, never stop, nothing will ever. I've gotten into another band, guys. I've gotten into another British band, which never ends well. And in the maybe month or so that I've been listening to them, I'm already really consumed. I've become obsessed with the band Nothing But Thieves, and their music's incredible. I really like the song If I Get High, and also Lover, Please Stay, and Graveyard Whistling. The lead singer Connor has like one of the most like majestic, that's not the word, it's just one of those like gorgeous voices I've ever heard. His vocal range is absolutely insane. I'm really trying to go see them in October at the Foundry. Haunting, that's the word. He's like the most haunting voices, and I'm just like, do I have space for another band? No. But will I make space? Will I shove the sides to force a new band into my heart? Yep. Next is a song. It's Bury It by Churches featuring Hayley Williams of Paramore. I don't really listen to Churches that much. I think it came on my Discover Weekly playlist on Spotify. But I do love Hayley. Obviously, Paramore is like my top 3 favorite bands. It's great. The song's so great. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's just really good. It's just like really, yes. Listen to it. I'll leave the link to it to Spotify I'll leave the link to it on Spotify down there. Most of these songs are actually on my summer vibes playlist, which I'll leave down there. And the next song is definitely on that playlist. And it's another shocker. I mean, sort of. It's Bacon by Nick Jonas. This is complicated because I haven't been the biggest fan of Nick's solo career. I'm still bitter. Nick Jonas ruined my life. Yes, I say that as my Twitter handle is still a Jonas Brothers reference, but I've had it for like 8 years, so I'm not changing it, so deal with it. Also, follow me at Lines and Vines. It's such a summer jam. It's such like a yes, turn up song. Yes. Put some bacon on it. Also, in a past life, I was a very huge fan of bacon itself. I don't know if that's a metaphor for anything else, but bacon. Throw some bacon on it. Lastly is a band, also a song, also an album. It's Broods. I've gotten into Broods lately. I've liked them for a while, but I've really gotten into them recently in June. Like their song Mother and Father has been a repeat non-stop. Also their new album, specifically I think it's their current single, Free. So good. Hallelujah, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Blast. It's like one of those blasts on the highway. Like jam out. It's I'm not really good at describing songs this month. My brain is kind of everywhere. But those are all my favorites for June. Let me know what you loved through June. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like me, feel free to subscribe. All my places are down there so we can be buds. And I'll see you very soon.